Well, here it comes.
You have a Huddle remote?
I used to have the wired one, what they call it, the cowboy remote, where like USB'd into the computer or whatever.
Yeah. So we had I think they made a Bluetooth. It can do both, wired or Bluetooth. We have that one, but it sucks, to be honest with you.
It's the one from Huddle?
Yeah, no, it's Huddle brand, yeah.
I got you.
But it's not, like, the buttons are awkward or I don't know. It's just, I don't like it.
But you gotta have that good ergonomic, It feels like your hand kind of forms to the remote after a football season, like.
Yeah, and the reason I ask is I just got this little gem from.
What is that? That looks nice.
Red Star Tech. It's on Amazon. It's about a third of the price of a Huddle remote.
That's what I like to hear.
Because Huddle remotes are just stupid expensive right now.
Well, I think they got the monopoly on everything, so it's like they can just push out whatever they want, and I feel like they're going to make $1 million off of it.
And so I was looking for one. We have the Huddle remotes, but they're just not very intuitive. I don't like how they're designed because I'm used to using my keyboard on the computer, and this has a little directional pad. So up, down, left,
kind of like
right.
A mouse.
And you can just use those buttons as you would your keypad. And so, right is fast forward, left is rewind. I think up is the slow-mo. And then you click up once and it pauses, plays. But it's way better. So if you're looking for something, that's the one.
Yeah,
and it's got cursor control. So like you press this button and you can literally just point it and move the cursor on the screen and click right click, left click.
I need that because that's the one thing you miss, like not having the remote to go with Huddle is like just being able to lean back in the chair. You got the video feed going up to a big old monitor or something or your projector or whatever. And you just prop your feet up, get comfortable, hunker down into the film a little bit. Yeah, now I'm on a laptop usually when I'm watching the film or my desktop. And so I'm just kind of hunched over, getting the text neck or whatever they call it, that hunch in your back.
Yeah.
Man, I could just feel my spine like
just
getting all
curling over.
Dude, yes.
Oh, but it's got a laser. I mean, it's got a little scroll wheel on the side. You can scroll up and down, like if you're looking at a web page. Because I use it in class too. Like this is my
so
clicker.
It's like a mouse, a clicker, mouse. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all in one?
It's called a presentation remote, but it's compatible with Huddle.
Okay.
So Red Star Tech, if you need one on Amazon, this right here.
Heck yeah. I'm going to I'm gonna have to
plugs in. And it's the move though. I'm telling you. I have
to get that on Prime. We get that here by Friday, maybe if I can get this order in time. That'd be clutch.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
We probably need to make a little apology to old Brian Kelly at LSU after their come from behind Clemson win. You were talking about how scared he'd be of the running down the hill and all that.
Nah, I still don't like him.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. And I still, because I don't know if you've seen some of the comments he had post game. So Dabo comes out, right? He's getting it from the local media about kind of falling apart in the second half, what happened to the offense, right? All this kind of stuff. And Dabo goes and gives his grade on Clemson as like a 58. And he said something about LSU, he would give like a 65, right? So as a coach, to me, that's like trying to say, hey, it's game one. Neither team played perfect.
Yeah.
Like we obviously didn't do enough to win, but it was a close game. That's how I kind of took it. But Brian Kelly, I don't know if you've seen his response to this. Have you heard this?
I saw a clip of it. I don't think I watched it all the way through.
Yeah, he said, I thought we dominated the second half. So either he's a really good grader or by giving himself a 58 or he's a hard grader on us. Either way, he must not have saw the second half. So savage. I got a feeling there's a little animosity between those two.
Yeah, it must be. And I don't know if you can say dominate when it was what they won by one score.
One score, and I
wouldn't say that's very dominant.
Yeah, like I get maybe what he's trying to say, like holding Clemson's offense all hyped up with all these receivers. And
the Clemson offense was terrible.
Yeah,
it sucked. Hard to watch.
Now I will say the TV broadcast, every time they get the hill going, it gets better and better. Just the way they present the buses coming around and all that.
Yeah.
But did you see that the scoreboard caught on fire at the top?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so they're setting off all those pyrotechnics or whatever when they're running down the hill, and then somebody from, I guess, the upper deck, it had to be, took a picture of the top of the Jumbotron, Davotron, whatever they call it now, and it was sitting there on fire after they ran down the hill. So
Jeez.
somebody must have had to clean that one up. But
I'd say that's like new too. How are you going to burn up the new?
Oh yes, the new tens of $1 million video board, Davotron, all that. You know, speaking of somebody screwing up, I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter. I sent it over to you if you can get it pulled up. But tell me this is a kid that screwed up. All right. So this is from @CoachG72 on Twitter. It's been making its rounds for obvious reasons once Jack gets it pulled up here. So I'm assuming this has got to be a young buck or somebody that maybe has not ever played football before. But we've got, so, you know, for the folks that are listening, it's a picture of a wash machine, good old industrial wash machine that you wash football clothes in, of course. And every football coach in America knows players put stuff on a loop, loops go in the wash, it all gets tossed out, right? Jack, you want to tell everybody what is also on this loop that they're pulling out of this wash machine?
Yeah, if you can't tell, this kid has put his entire set of shoulder pads, like the entire thing, not just the liner or anything, the whole unit on his loop with this guy.
Got to be a freshman. Got to be a freshman. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, oh my gosh. How mad would you be if it's your laundry night and you're sitting there yanking, you know, you're flipping it over to the dryer or whatever. I got laundry duty next week now. I'm thinking about it. And you're sitting there like, why is this like all wadded up? And then you just yank out a whole set. And that's Rydell's too. That's name brand. That's power pads.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd be tempted to give it the old just spray it a little bit, throw it in the dryer, let it dry out. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like you have to see that you're wrong at some point in this process. Like no one else is doing this.
Well, that's my thing. When you're putting, I don't know how y'all handle y'all's laundry. Maybe we can get into that a little bit since, that's probably something that resonates with a lot of coaches that are listening.
Oh, I'm sure.
We have our kids. So now we got the new building or whatever. It's got its own laundry room. And you've come and you've seen our stuff before. You know, we've got our old laundry room for boys athletics. We've got a girls athletics laundry room. So we got 3 laundry rooms now. But as they leave their locker room, so if I'm a varsity player, I take my loop and I go ahead and go put it in the wash machine of the varsity laundry room. And then same thing with JVs and freshmen. They walk it to the laundry room in the old part of the building, put it straight in there, so on and so forth. How do you guys handle laundry? Because I just am trying to figure out how this slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. So we just, like I said, we had renovations in our field house and we actually just upgraded. We have 2 washers and 2 dryers now. We used to have just one of each. And it used to be kind of in a room. You remember the old field house. The laundry room was in between the 2 locker rooms. There was a pass through. And so the kids would just load it in their washer as they put it on their loop. But now, the way it's laid out, the only pass through to the laundry room from the JV side is through the coach's office, unless you go around the building.
Nice.
So some of the old head coaches we have hate it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, why are they coming through here? This is the coach's office. Why are they coming through here? And I'm like, well, he's just putting his laundry in the thing. Like, we also have buggies, like shopping carts we use to kind of move it around. But for the most part, they load it in the washer themselves. JV goes around to the other door. And, having 2 washers is a huge upgrade.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. Could y'all, with just one, I'm assuming y'all couldn't get it all in one, right? If it's a full pads day.
Yeah, so it was multiple.
God, that's the worst. And that just holds up everything.
Yeah. And so, you'd start one, flip it, get another one started. And then I would usually come back during my planning period the next day and flip another one and put out what's dry.
Y'all just have to have everything ready for the following afternoon, right? Y'all don't do morning stuff and all that.
Right. As long as it's done before 3:45 or whatever, it's good. But we usually break it down. Every coach, or there's usually 2 or 3 coaches, have a night each week. So like mine's Wednesday night. And, I was sly about it. I got Wednesday night because A, we get done at 5:30. It's an earlier day. And B, we're only in shells on Wednesday. So,
that's
I'm not
chess
having to
right there.
do a full pad day, and I'm not having to do a game day.
Yep.
So it's kind of the sweet spot in between. But yeah, so that's kind of how we do it. Everybody has their own night. And
we one of our coaches is in charge of making the laundry schedule. So obviously it's going to make sure that which, if I was making the laundry schedule, I'd make sure, hey, it's fall break. I'm not going to have laundry duty that week, right? Yeah. You're going to so anyway, we kind of have groups of 3 and we just do it, if it's your week for laundry, it's your week for laundry. And so we got the whole schedule out for the whole season all the way up till if we make it to state. Although I will say it says right beside the state game that everybody's got laundry that week, because we're all probably just happy to still be at the field house, in December, whenever that pops up. But we do it week by week with groups of 3. So I think regular season wise, I'll have laundry duty 2 weeks out of the year. But thankfully, we got a bunch of washers, right? But we also have a bunch of players. So
yeah,
usually you can get it all in, even if it's a full pad day. You can get everything in the washer at the same time. You get everything flipped at the same time. And then usually what happens is if you're on laundry duty that next morning, you'll just go out and, find a few kids that are waiting for practice to start or something, help you toss it all out, get in all the lockers and stuff like that. But just trying to divide and conquer on that a little bit. But
what blows my mind about laundry is I'm assuming y'all use loops.
Yeah, we have loops.
So like everybody, that's like the standard now. These loops, right? And there's always a kid, it never fails, that'll walk in and be like, "Hey, my girdle wasn't on my loop." And my response is always, if it was on your loop, it'll be on your loop.
Yeah.
Like they don't just magically, I'm not going in there taking your girdle off and clipping it back. Like, what do you?
The best is when they say somebody stole my girdle.
Yeah.
When out of the dryer, like they just dug through, found yours and stole it. Like everybody else got theirs. If there was a girdle thief around, like nobody else is missing it. And then sure enough, you find find a loose girdle in the bottom of the laundry.
It'll be
bin.
like, I'm like, somebody stole my stuff, and I'm like, was it on your loop? Like when you turned it in, was it on your loop? Yeah, I put it on there. I go in the locker room, and there's a girdle sitting on the floor right in front of their locker, and I'm like, is that it right there? And they're like, hold on. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, y'all's mamas must be just going crazy.
I think
I might hit you. Like, it's just insane how stupid they can be sometimes.
And
we had to have a whole lesson on how to put stuff on a loop. Like, we brought out the stuff to practice, said, this is the loop. You put it through the armhole, loop the jersey on, through the leg hole, loop the pants. Like, we had to do that because these kids just couldn't handle it. I don't
know. Common sense is not so common anymore. They ought to change the name on that a little bit. But,
it's nuts.
Yeah. I remember I think we did loops in high school. College, we actually did the hooks, the metal hooks or whatever that looked like a giant bobby pin or something. I don't even know. And you just kind of threaded that through like your belt loop. You go through the arm, through the neck of the jersey, right? And then you get the girdle on there and all that. But other than that, loops are pretty much the standard now. And if somebody happens to have
you know how much those cost?
How much?
They're like $6 a loop. Are you kidding me, for a strap with a buckle?
That if you get the wrong brand, like falls apart sometimes. Like we've had bad experiences with some of these Temu brands or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get a great deal on them, so we think, and then next thing you know, these things are disintegrating in the heat and all that in the washer.
So we had we were looking at buying new ones because our locker room was renovated. Some of the numbers are different, and so they already had the number written on a lot of them. And so, we're like, well, we'll just get some more, replace, yada yada. Well, we were looking at them and they're like $6 a loop. We're like, hold up, like we need 100 whatever of these. That's getting up there. I found some that were 99 cents. They were Adams brand, I think, or Schutt. Adams are one of the two brands.
Good brand.
Yeah, and they were red, team color. I'm like, these are sweet. Like, all right, let's try them out. So I ordered a few as a sample. They're 99 cents, not a big deal. Well, they get there, and the other coaches are in the equipment room, like looking at them, like they're a little smaller than like the regular one, but we're like, nah, you can fit everything on there. And they was like, well, you think they'll hold up? And I'm like, well, let's test the buckle, So I buckle it, and I go and give it one good pull, blows up, like the thing just flies apart. And then I'm like, well, this one probably will too. The ones we already have, the $6 one. And I do it and it's like it just sticks. And I'm like, all right, I see why that's maybe $6 now. Cause that's a really good buckle on it. But
juice might be worth the squeeze on that one.
Yeah, but still.
Man. $6 is crazy though. But
that's nuts.
I guess for a good quality item that ain't gonna fall apart in the washer, it takes what it takes, right? You gotta invest in the loops. That's crazy. $6. You figure you got 100 players, that's $600
off the rip. Like, come on.
If you had to start from scratch, like if we had to start from scratch with 300 players, that's $1,800 right there just to get the laundry done. That's a lot of cash. Speaking of just speaking of cash, all right. Have you seen this guy that was on the sideline? So we talked about football Twitter a little bit on our last episode, because that was one of the great things about college football being back, right? Is all the memes and stuff like this. Well, I don't know what this dude paid for this haircut on the Rutgers sideline. I sent you the tab. I don't know if you can load that up. And he must be important. He's right behind Greg Schiano right here. I don't know what old buddy paid for this haircut right here, but I don't even know what you call that. Like, what would you call it? Not a high. That's the Lloyd, man.
That's a reverse monk, I think. I don't know. He had to lose a bet.
Yeah, that had to be nasty. That is a just skin, like straight blade, high and tight, and then he just said to leave it up tight.
Yeah, no fade, nothing. Just high and tight. Just draw a line with the razor and just go around.
We talked about Ryan Day with his interesting piercing on the last episode. And so now it's just fitting that we got a hair. What's up with the Big Ten, man?
I don't know. It's weird
in the Big Ten this year.
But it's not even like I've seen a bowl cut. That's not even a bowl cut. That's like a plate. Like, that's not even a bowl would be.
That's like it's like the dressing cup. Like, kind of like a little bowl that you maybe
a little saucer.
Yeah, a little saucer there.
That's insane.
I mean, must be important. He's right there behind Schiano. Speaking of Schiano, that play call sheet, I don't know what Tuna, like, I don't know if that's an offensive or defensive play right there.
Yeah.
I got to know a little bit more about that scheme. But now, football Twitter was wild this weekend. I'm sure you watched the Monday night game with Labor Day, going on and all that. North Carolina, TCU, the Belichick debut. So this thing got so out of hand. That in the press box, all right, let's see, in the press box, I'm trying to figure out for which team. I mean, it better be TCU, because if North Carolina's pulling this while they're getting dogged by the Frogs. But speaking of dog, it is an actual dog in the press box.
Yeah.
Not sure. And the dog's got some kind of a headset on, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't that's Kirk Herbstreit's dog, right?
That's right. Right. He did.
I forget the name. Ben, maybe? Or Ben was the old one. I forgot
he had
maybe.
The dog. And now you mentioned, I think that is Herbstreit to the dog's left, right?
Yeah. But the dog's doing a good job, man. Dog's got the clicker. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's got the remote ready. I don't know if he's got the what'd you call it, the Red Star
Tech.
Red Star Tech remote. I'm sure they got a little something in the ESPN booth.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the North Carolina debut?
I'm gonna be honest, when they came out that first drive and just went down the field, I was like, all right, now Belichick ain't playing.
The grease was hot, dude. That crowd was like, every play, crowd is just losing their minds. Like, all the celebs. I'm sure you saw Jordan was there. Yeah. I mean, they had all the big wigs out from the Chapel Hill Alumni Association.
And what's crazy is, you heard all this stuff about, them selling out their season tickets and all this stuff, but then you watch the broadcast and there's like empty patches in random areas. It's like, what? Like,
well, I know North Carolina's never been a big football school, but you didn't expect in the debut of Bill Belichick for there to be that many empty seats and stuff. Of course, it was super empty by the time the fourth quarter even started. That thing was a ghost town. Which
I mean, you can see it here in the picture of the dog. I mean, the thing's empty. Let's see if I can get it back up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
2 minutes left in the game. Yeah, everybody's out of there. I did see his girlfriend's name's Jordan, right? Belichick's girlfriend. The one There's a lot of interesting.
Younger than me.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. But somebody had a sign that said Air Jordan, and it was, I guess her silhouette. instead of Michael Jordan silhouette. That might have been the sign of the weekend, but yeah, it was just a great one. Now this one's completely unrelated to the college football season, but yeah, I feel like we had a conversation before about semi-pro football. 37U. So this is from Pardon My Take on Twitter. Now this is from a couple months ago, but tell me this guy right here is not the semi-pro Hall of Fame rocking the 61 an F7.
Yeah, he is.
Dude,
he's got top of the line stuff.
He shelled out for that one. Yeah, so it doesn't have his name, this particular player, but looks like he had shared something out that kind of made the rounds. Says, "Hi, I'll just want to introduce myself and share a photo of this week's game. 6'5", 290, 61 years old, playing semi-pro football still. He said he played pro in the 80s, and he was the only player to play competitive football in 6 decades. Yeah, I guess. I don't know who's keeping stats on that, but he said he starts on top of our team stats. 2 years ago, he led the whole league in sacks. This is his last season. So this is the last ride for this guy, I guess. Great to be in this site.
So is the 61 for his age? Like, does he change his number every year? His jersey?
I didn't notice that, but yeah, you're right. He is rocking 61. I mean, you just think about football dudes, and you know, you imagine it's somebody like this, but maybe they're not still playing, right? Maybe they used to be a football dude, but not currently. Like this guy looks like he could do some great work, some handyman work around the house.
Yeah.
I mean, led the league in sacks 2 years ago, rocking the F7.
I mean, how 6 decades and he's only 61? How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know about the math on that. I mean, I guess he would have had to have played when he was less than 10, right? I mean, that counts as a decade. Played in his teens, played in his 20s, 30s, and then, you know, he's playing. This is decade number 6, I guess, technically. But yeah, we need to find this guy. I think that'd be a great podcast guest for us to have on here, Jack.
Well, it definitely would be.
We can do a deep dive on semi-pro football because that is another level out there.
Like, yeah, and you know what's awesome is this dude is rocking an F7, but he is also rocking the thigh pads that go into the pants. No girdle, nothing like that. These are the old school thigh pads that kids now don't even know about.
Heck no. The kids nowadays couldn't even figure out how to put these thigh pads in the pants.
No.
Like, it's hard enough to get them to put the girdle on the laundry loop. We expect them to put the pads in the pants.
And is this, can I zoom here? Is this what, I think I'll let me zoom. Anyway, it looks to me like he's got the old classic belt that loops through your hip pads. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't seen those in a minute. I think I was in middle school the last time I did those. Dude, can you imagine kids today trying to figure that?
Oh, it wouldn't happen.
It's like a Rubik's,
put stuff on a loop.
It's like a Rubik's Cube, dude. Like, you're trying to feed that belt through not only your thigh pad, you got to get it lined up right, or else your pad's sitting on the front of your hips. And then you got to thread it through the butt pad. And then you got to get it back around. Then you got to tie the dang thing off. And then hope that you got the knee pads on right and thigh pads, all that good stuff.
See, that was the trick. You flipped them inside out, the pants inside out, and then you had to make sure that your thigh pads in the pocket were, you know, curving up to you. What would that be? Concave up or whatever. So that when you flipped them back through, you know, they were going the right direction. I don't think kids now could handle that, to be honest.
No, I don't think they could, man. Like I said, it's a dying art. Kids these days, we ought to have just like a throwback day. We just go find the oldest pads possible, and we just like give them to a kid. Like the next kid that comes up saying he can't find his girdle or something, we just give him like old school 2 thigh pads, a butt pad.
Here you go, bud.
Yeah, figure this out, dude. Since you can't keep up with the girdle, it's one item that's got it all built in.
You know what's nuts? Do you remember the shoulder pads you wore in high school? Those black and red Rydell's?
Black and red Rydell's, yeah.
We still have them.
In use?
Not really in use. I mean, they're just like,
they're the last
just in case.
Like, yeah, I got you.
But they're still in the equipment room.
Well, and those were like the first time I feel like I noticed that shoulder pads that were coming out. They were like you pulled the thing and hooked the
Oh, like the buckle,
kind of like a
or
belt
like
buckle.
yeah,
Yeah,
instead of the
it
little
wasn't
twist and lock.
it wasn't the little hooks, right, where it kind of
Yeah,
fits in and then twists around. It was like you had to pull it tight, latch it on, pull it tight, latch it on, and then you had to like tuck the little straps underneath your shoulder pads, or else you look like Ryan Day out there with the headlights on.
yeah,
But now,
yeah.
I guess that's the standard now, right? I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like
So yeah, like I think every pad we have has the buckles. Now, I remember the kit I told you about where I had to find these like smaller shoulder pads.
yeah,
I had to go borrow from the middle school, and they had already given out equipment, so these were like an older, smaller pair, right, with
yeah,
the strap and the little twist and lock thing. Well, the strap had been used so long that like it was like just deformed, and it was like 3 feet long, wasn't usable. And so I'm in there like creating these custom. We had an old broken pair with the buckles and the belt system. And so I took that off of some old pads that we had, retrofit them onto these other pads so that they were more secure on him. Like the other ones didn't work. And, it was this whole thing. I'm like drilling out rivets, putting new washers and screws and everything to make it work. But they turned out good. He actually likes them, but it's kind of a old meets the new.
yeah. Well, I guess you've seen some innovation in your day, right? Because when y'all were at Clemson, didn't they kind of pioneer putting the hand warmer in the jersey?
Yeah, it was like sewn in and it had what's the guy, the crazy Vince, ShamWow Vince. It had like ShamWow material too, so it was like drying and warming. Like it was the cool, blend of that. Whatever happened to Vince? That's who we need to check up on.
I think he may have gotten in trouble with the. I think he got in trouble with the law. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing too good. I think the only guy doing worse is Billy Mays right now. I think from that era. R.I.P. to the legend Billy Mays. He might be doing better. I don't know. I mean, depending on what your personal beliefs are.
Yeah, I mean, hey, OxiClean, baby, it's still selling. I mean, OxiClean's and everything.
Everything, dude. So, we were able to get on the recording midweek this time, so we can't get y'all's recap. But who y'all got this week?
So we have Travelers Rest High School this week.
Okay.
At home on Friday night. We go to TR tomorrow night with our JV squad. So that'll be a haul. That'll be a long night.
I was about to say that's kind of up there, right? North of Greenville, northwest of Greenville.
Yeah. I think on a bus, I may be completely wrong, but I think on a bus it's about an hour.
Okay.
Kick off at 6:30, so it'll be a later one getting back.
Yeah. Think
excited for the younger group though.
I think I might take the cake on that one. I go to College Station tomorrow. So we are busing down both of our JV teams and both of our freshman teams to College Station tomorrow. So it's going to take 7 buses, and it's in a car. It's 3 hours. So in a bus, 3.5. Heaven forbid you hit traffic.
Yeah, you definitely take the cake on that one.
Yeah. So the last year, we made the trip with just the varsity, and we got the charter buses and all that, which was great. And then the night before, they sent up both of their their JVs and their freshmen. They sent them all up here so that there weren't coaches that back-to-back nights were having to go. Because I've had to do that before too. 3-hour trip and do it back-to-back days in a row is a blur. So in that aspect, it's a little nicer. But when you're on the other end of it, you're like, dang, I kind of wish I just bit the bullet last year and got a home game tomorrow. And but whatever. So we're all going down there. Should be an interesting time. College Station is a pretty neat little town.
Yeah.
Even the high school has kind of adopted all the chants and stuff that A&M does. And
cult behavior.
Yeah, the milkman of Texas A&M. That's all I think about when I see those little outfits they wear is the milkman just coming and dropping off the glass bottles. But it's pretty neat. Going down there last year for the varsity game, we're on the field for warm-ups and stuff, and I just kind of look up, and you can literally see the upper deck of A&M Stadium from the high school field. So it's cool. And in terms of tradition and stuff, like if I were working there, like it seems like it'd be a good place to work, college town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you were working at, I guess, Daniel, being so close to Clemson, right? So there's some carryover there and a lot of connectedness and all that. So that part of it's cool, but the drive is not going to be cool. But
No.
yeah, and they're a good team too, so they're a good program. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
So y'all, I'm guessing, aren't doing the charter thing with the younger guys. You're doing not like old Yellers, right? You're not rolling in on school buses.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're yellow dogging all the way down. Yellow dogging.
Like it.
Normally, in years past, if the trip was for a varsity game, if the trip was over an hour and a half, we would get charters. And there was one year where I think the JV team had to go to, I mean, it was years and years ago. I think the JV team got to charter because they were playing Texarkana, which is literally one city, but half of it's like in Arkansas and half of it's in Texas. So the name of the city is Texarkana. And so all right, get this. There's Texarkana, Texas High, and there's Texarkana, Arkansas High. All right. So the school
is that a rivalry?
I'm assuming so. It's got to be,
right? Yeah,
it's got to be. But there's two separate schools, but just because one of them's on the Arkansas side, it's Arkansas High, and then T High is kind of what they call it for the Texas side one. And they're good too. Every year they're good. So the JV's got to charter that year out there. But any other long trip with sub varsities, I've always been on a yellow dog. It's
well, that reminded me. Our last year, our JV, we had either the activity bus or a yellow dog a few times. But what grinds my gears is that there's Thursday nights where we're playing wherever we're playing. Our bus is like 30 minutes late, and it pulls up and it's a yellow dog. But you talk to some people on the other side of the district, and the other two schools had their activity bus with the AC there on time, no problems. But that's none of my business. It's weird that's happened multiple times.
And it is a little different. Like some districts around here have like athletics buses or activity buses, like you call them. We don't. We have just our fleet of yellow dogs. And so it is kind of interesting that you guys have a separate set of buses that are supposed to just be for the field trips and the sporting events or whatever. But like out here, like the district owns the buses. Like, whereas in South Carolina, like the yellow dogs are all owned by the state, right? Is that still how they kind of handle it? So yeah, it's just a little bit, and we don't have drivers. Some districts do, but we don't have people who are just drivers for athletic events or field trips, whatever. Coaches have to drive. So like tomorrow when we're taking 7 buses down, it's going to be coaches driving those buses, coaching the game, driving back. And it's a whole other element, but
now that I think about it, I don't know if it might be the districts that own the buses here, the school buses, because there's a whole parking lot in the district that has just yellow buses. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but that's just a random thought.
I just remember they used to say like South Carolina schools or something like that.
They do say that.
Now the activity buses say school district name and all that. All of our buses say so-and-so school district, yada, yada. And so it's kind of interesting. You get on the highways and stuff, and you can kind of see, there's so-and-so school. They must be going to play here, and there's so-and-so. So it's kind of like a calling card or whatever. It's coaches driving it out here. So
that's, what's nuts is that some of these private schools we play have their own, like, wrapped buses.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on now. Like, how do you I'm not going to get started on that, but
some people, you can't hide money sometimes.
No, you can't. You can't.
That's like, there's some schools that if their booster club's doing well enough, they might charter to every game. I know school districts out here where they might only be going 40 minutes, but they're going to pay for the charter and do all that. But to each their own, everybody's got to handle it their own way. However, it kind of makes sense for them. But
I kind of like the yellow dog. It's just a different mentality. Like I don't need the bells and whistles. Like I just need to get there.
It's
do my job.
Yeah. When it's August though, and you get on a yellow dog, that the air conditioning is not adequate, it's miserable. I think the last 2 games that I've had to travel for, the AC in our bus was just struggling, and so you're already sweated out by the time you get there, and then
it smells terrible. All them kids.
Kids been just getting after it all day. Just teenage kids stink in general. BO and all that. And they think Axe body spray is just going to take care of everything.
Dude, you don't have to tell me. My office is in a locker room. It is awful. Like there's a cloud of, well, the cloud is probably part acts and part what they shouldn't be doing in there, getting caught, these kids, but it smells terrible. It smells just like onions and cologne. And it's awful. Awful.
Man. You can't make it up, man. Can't make it up. So now that we're getting rolling here, we got big games Friday. I got a home game, thankfully, on Friday. Y'all's is at home Friday. So this is y'all's third game, actually, because y'all played that week 0.
Yep, this will be our third game. Week 2, but third game. Yeah, it's weird.
Now, when do y'all start getting into, like, we call them districts out here, but I know y'all call them regions.
Yeah,
your conference schedule. When do y'all actually start your conference schedule?
So the reason we play that week 0 game is that we get a bye week right before our region schedule starts.
Okay.
Which is nice to recoup if you have some injuries, whatever. It's like your midpoint of the season. So I think we played week 0, so week 5 will be our bye week. And then week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those are our region games.
That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. The bye week splitting up, kind of your 2 seasons. Like you said, get a chance to be healthy, all that good stuff. Our bye week, I just looked at my schedule. Our bye week's not until the week before Halloween, so it's right before. Like we'll have bye week and then 2 more regular season games. So we're in it for a good little stretch here before we hit that bye week. Now, how do y'all kind of handle y'all's open week whenever that time comes in terms of a schedule and all that?
Yeah, so obviously we're still practicing.
Yeah.
So last year was different. We had one of our region opponents didn't have a JV team, like either canceled their season or whatever for numbers, whatever. And so our JV was down a game. And so we actually we played a team twice last year on JV just to get them to 10 games, 9 or 10 games. I think there was another team that didn't have a JV. But so during that bye week, I think Wednesday, we actually played a JV game, which was a weird feeling. But, we pretty much, it's a normal week, except it's a little lighter. We're not beating the crap out of each other every single day because it's kind of a recovery week.
Yeah.
Get back right before the region play. But we'll have Friday off and have a longer weekend going into region. Now, we'll still do our meeting and stuff on that Sunday, but 4 days of practice that week, and then we'll kind of get right back into the routine the next week. And I think this year we're going to do that odd JV game during the bye week again too, because there's another team
that's a nice little midweek surprise there, just to kind of
Well, it's weird though, because you still have school, and so like you're used to like Thursday, Friday being game day. But now it's Wednesday and you have a game and you go back to school Thursday and Friday and you're just kind of like,
yeah, you're right. You want something to look forward to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
we go for coaches, we go 7 days a week when we're in season, but when the bye week comes around, that Sunday before, the open Friday or whatever, we get to have that Sunday off. And then Monday we only lift the kids. We'll just lift them and kind of send them on their way, give them the afternoon, might do some film, just kind of depends how early we want to start looking at our next opponent for that week after. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll go shells, hour and a half, try to just take it easier on some of the guys, like you said, don't want to bang around too much. And then with ours being 2 games away from playoffs, right, we're really trying to make sure we're keeping the guys safe that are going to be playing a lot of snaps or have played a lot of snaps and all that. So it's really a good chance to kind of mix in some of your young guys, kind of treat it like spring ball a little bit, where you get them a lot of reps, see what they can do, and mixing and matching, maybe tinkering with some different things. And maybe about that Thursday, we'll go ahead and start sprinkling in, next opponent kind of stuff just to get their minds kind of reeled back into it. But Friday, we'll do film and weights with them, and then won't bring them up on Saturday. But then that Sunday, we're back in it for our game planning meetings and stuff. So it's kind of nice. You get the Sunday and Saturday, and then you get Monday and Friday. And then, like you said, unless there's a random sub-varsity game that you got to pick up just to get them 10 games, really try to dial it back a ton during the open week. Just get just enough just to keep them in shape, keep them in football mindset and all that. But we really dial it back a good bit. But I guess I got another 6 weeks till I get to enjoy that. But nah, y'all's is coming up soon at least. 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Let's see. Week 5 is the bye, so we have about 2 more weeks and then we're in the bye week. So it's nice little midway point reset, but
I got you.
It's coming fast. It's crazy. It's already our 3rd game. Like I feel like yesterday we were just starting scrimmaging. Like
I started breaking down our next opponent, and then I just kind of had the thought when I was breaking them down, like I'm preparing for game 3 right now. Like, next thing you know, it'll be game 6, 7, Halloween. Hopefully, fight for playoff spots and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty wild. But we go 3 non-district games, and then we play 7 district opponents. We got an 18 district and all that. So, you just kind of round robin it. And the top 4 make the playoffs. So hopefully we're in that conversation whenever it's all said and done. But I think it is about time for us to knock out our team of the week, Jack.
Oh yeah.
We did the big catch up since we recorded on Saturday. So we got caught up on our previous teams of the week. So while you're getting our good friend at ChatGPT ready, team of the week, guys, brought to you by Gridiron Spice Company. Use the code 4th and Ward. That's the number 4, THANDWARD, and you get 10% off at gridironspiceco.com. Just came out with the pigskin pork blend for you to put on your pork chops, your ribs, your pork butts, whatever you're trying to do. You can get that 5-wide bundle where you get one of each seasoning blend. You get it at $11 a jar. That's $55 total. And then you can knock 10% off that, and it gets shipped for free. So gridironspiceco.com, code 4th and Ward, and tackle your taste buds with the Gridiron Spice Company. Now that you're getting ChatGPT all prompted up, hopefully, Jack, this is a team from South Dakota, because I think South Dakota is the only state now where we don't have any active listeners. So I know it's pretty sparse out there, but if anybody out there listening has connections in South Dakota, let them know about 4th and Ward, guys.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So select the new team of the week for this week's episode of the 4th and Ward podcast. See what we get. Thinking longer for a bit. Why does it always say that?
It's really cracking down here.
Selecting a random team. That's good. The Red Level Tigers from Red Level, Alabama.
Alabama. Dude, speaking of Alabama, that butt whipping they got, that guy might be in some hot water over there.
Yeah.
He can't follow the goat and then not be following up. But it's tough to match what Saban did. But anyway, all right. So Red Level. I drive through Alabama a good bit when I'm coming back home and stuff like that, but I do not remember a sign that says Red Level.
The tiny town A vibes in the, I'm assuming, Alabama High School Athletics Association. True Friday Night Lights energy. Blue collar, run heavy. Identity that you can romanticize. What is it? Tiger tracks. What is that? Anyway, all right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, Red Level, the Tigers. Surely their colors are red, right?
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Missed opportunity there.
Come on, red. Man. All
so
right,
Red Level Tigers, and they were playing Shields. They're 1-0 right now. Okay,
1-0 this season. I'll beat the tar out of Shields, whatever that is. Pleasant Home seems like a nursing home.
So Alabama.
All right, rough year last year. All right, Shields must be struggling because not bashing on you. I know how it is.
No, yeah. We've all been there, Shields. It's all good.
Red Level Tigers.
Red Level playing 1A.
Nighttime eye ointment. Don't need
Max
that.
Max Preps is killing it with the advertisements, man. I was trying to look up y'all's schedule. I always do I go down the rabbit hole of Max Preps a good bit, right? You click on one team, and then you're like, oh, well, let's see how this person's doing. Then you click there, and next thing you know, you're like 6 teams deep, looking at some random school.
It's got like a Missouri look here.
Yeah, it's like definitely a Missouri type, the shoulder stripes. I don't know if I love that tiger. It looks kind of dated.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like they have updated to the Missouri knockoff kind of logo. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's kind of
can't.
funny how, remember when Georgia came out with that newer bulldog head?
Yeah,
And then next thing you know, every high school team that was the Bulldogs kind of had that same logo, just changed the
yeah.
colors up. Yeah, red level.
That's
Interesting.
just such an interesting name. BSN brand uniforms. I've yet to see a team rock the BSN brand. I've heard things about those uniforms. I've never seen them or.
I didn't know BSN made uniforms, man.
Yeah, so they started doing their own
Dude, they are turning
brand.
into a monopoly too, ain't they?
Well, yeah. Don't even get me started.
Red level. I mean, it's a clean look. What color was the helmet? White?
It looked white in those photos, but
I don't know
can
if
we get
white
like
would go
some?
well. So a white helmet, black jersey, yellow pants. That's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't
Go
know
white
about
helmet,
that.
all black, or white, black with white pants and just have yellow accents, right? Yeah, it's definitely white, black, and yellow. Okay. And
I
it's
can't
BSN
tell.
brand.
Like,
I don't know, kind of had a media day
like,
or something. The all white looks clean.
yeah.
All white looks clean. I'll give him that. I
My
like the
dude
three
needs to.
color stripe.
He needs to strap up here. I mean, he's got a loose chin strap going on, but
I mean, they're rocking with, is that a F7 that he's rocking right here in the middle?
you got a F7, you got a Speed Classic,
Okay. Bold strategy.
and then this looks like a
That's a Vengeance.
yeah, a
A
freaking
Shut
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
What year is this from?
That's got to be.
That's last year.
We might need to check the dates on that Vengeance helmet. I don't know if they even
Yeah.
still make those.
What is this
The
10-year lifespan? Like, what are y'all doing?
We are
Hold
deep
on.
in some local Alabama news right now.
Yeah. I
Doing some
mean,
deep dives. I like the all white look, red level. I don't know where the black and gold color scheme came from. You would think it'd just be natural to be red. What are
yeah,
you
or
diving
maybe
into
that was
here?
just I'm just trying to get a better look at this. Okay, we had Russell at one point. I don't know.
It looks like even the Russell they went with. Well, they got white, black, white. They must have really wanted the yellow pants.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can find the stadium.
Yeah,
Hey, so it's probably what?
That's
Are they
Troy,
near
ain't it?
Troy?
Great question. Couldn't even tell you where Troy is. Clemson plays Troy this weekend. I know
I
that.
drove through it not too long ago. It's near Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So let's see. Level high school. All right, let's see what we got here. This is in Alabama, right? I don't even see a football stadium. Just near Troy.
Oh, it's down near the beach.
Yeah, what?
I mean, not close to the beach, but it's down there, southern Alabama. Looks like it's off some highway down there.
I'm so confused. I mean, here we go. All right, so this is overhead.
Little off-campus stadium. Okay.
Let's see if we can
From
get
what
a
I can
little.
tell.
See
Yeah,
view
get a little
action.
street view.
Okay.
Sitting on the hilltop. This has got to be like the bus loop or something.
All right.
I mean, it's doing its thing.
Yeah, it's got the essentials.
I like how it looks like the home side is kind of carved into the hillside right here.
Yeah, looks like they take good care of it. We got the long guys out here getting it right.
That's their calling, right? Is to make sure that field is ready for them boys.
I mean, it looks.
Shout out to the grounds crews, by the way, that keep up with the local. I don't like the entrance. I like the shrubs.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know what? It's a nice 1A.
It's
a
just
nice 1A stadium.
Bathrooms or field house, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I would think maybe concession stand, bathrooms.
Look at this. We got a play clock.
Hey, there we go.
Bobby Dye Field.
Bobby Dye Field, Red Level, Alabama.
But yeah, I mean, it looks
award team of the week. You know what? I like it. It looks scenic to me. I like all the trees. I like the little entryway.
Sweet Home Alabama.
For 1A ball, that's pretty solid, man.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Red Level. We're going to be keeping up with you guys throughout the year. Hopefully, y'all keep doing your thing. Big dub against Shields.
For some reason, it will not let me get off of it. Oh, there it goes.
That's all good. We're about at the hour mark anyway, Jack. Man, it's going to be an interesting rest of the week. Looking forward to catching up with you next week, seeing how y'all's game went, getting the lowdown. I'm sure I'll have plenty of stories about our travels and all the things that you see along the way. We were going to our scrimmage the other week. I probably already told you this, but we're at a red light at a major intersection, and there's a dude flying by on an electric unicycle. Yeah.
What?
You're on your way to a first scrimmage of the season. You're dog tired. It's 3:00 in the afternoon because it was that day that we did freshman JV varsity all back to back to back. And so you got 10 buses of people. You're just in this convoy, and this unicycle just goes flying down on the road. Yeah, just hauling. And you're just like, am I that tired? Am I just hallucinating stuff? But it's always something, guys. No 2 days are ever the same when you're coaching high school football.
Yeah, I don't wish harm on anybody, but that's one of those moments where you're like, it'd be nice if there was just a pothole that he didn't see.
Yeah. Hopefully he's all right, but that would be funny as crap if I just saw this guy go flying right now, holding up traffic with his unicycle. Can't make it up, man. Can't make it up. Well, guys, appreciate you watching 4th and Ward. Again, new episodes every Sunday on YouTube. Be sure to drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We love to see who all is out there. Keep us updated on your teams. Drop a comment with your favorite high school team. Let us know how the season's going. Yeah, we had one of our listeners, Will, I believe was his name. Just want to make sure I get it right here on YouTube. Said that they're already in week 3 in Georgia. Yeah, week 3 in Georgia. I was trying to get the high school name, but it's kind of hard to go through all these comments. But shout out to Will in Georgia.
Well, I guess we're technically on week 3. It's the 3rd week of the season in South Carolina. Just week 0 is one of the.
Yeah, I don't know how common week 0 is. Like, I know that's not a thing.
They probably just call it week 1 in Georgia, and
maybe just get the ball rolling for sure.
Yeah.
At Will Wheeler 31 on YouTube. Appreciate you dropping a comment, Will. 3 weeks have gone by in Georgia. Week 4 is next week, so I guess he's talking about this week. And he's that Florida State quarterback, Castellanos, won a state title in high school. I guess he's from Georgia too, a Ware County Gator. So I know they do it big in Georgia for high school football too. So shout out to those guys. Drop a comment on Spotify too. Let us know where you're watching from. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the 5-star button. Helps us spread out and keep this thing rolling. We really do appreciate. Gives us a great reason to get together and talk to each other once a week and catch up with each other and all that good stuff. Appreciate it.
Call your friends in South Dakota and tell them to listen and stay golden.
Well, yeah.